You're a writer, great. Do my kid's homework and give her free English lessons. Mildly useful information. In my country, it's customary to live with your parents until you get married. Please don't give me shit for this, they're lovely and I adore living with them. Background: at the time of this story, I, at the time 24 female, was riding a career high. I was working for a famous, in my country, screenwriter and we were doing projects for Netflix and Spamazon. I put writing my book on hold for this. Before anyone asks, both shows went into development hell and will not be released internationally in any case. My parents and I were moving into a new fancy apartment building that has its own cafe. You cannot access the cafe unless you are a resident or have been given a pass. I was in there one day, getting coffee and chatting with some other residents while waiting for some things to be delivered. You all know what ED, entitled dad, and EK, entitled kid, means. If you thought of erectile dysfunction when you read Ed, I wish he had it so I would not have had to suffer through this ordeal. A nice couple was telling me about how much I was going to like living there and how nice everyone in the building is when in walk ED with EK, 8-year-old girl, in tow. A cold wind blew in and my steaming cup of coffee turned tepid. ED, who I have never seen before, points at me and says, "Ink in the water. You're the famous writer." I writhed under this accusation as I was in no way famous and had no idea who this lunatic pointing at me was. The couple backed away and EK runs at me and hugs my legs. Thrown off balance, I dropped coffee onto my foot which turned back to scalding the moment it touched my foot. Howling in pain, I hobbled to a sofa and sat down as the staff scrambled to get me some ice. EK still had a death grip on me and I had to pry her off. The nice couple was handing me napkins when ED plowed through them and pointed at me, again. ED, ink and water, you look just like your mom. I met her in the lobby and she told me you're a writer and that you were here. This is my kid, Ms. Kleptomaniac. EK was now setting down her backpack next to me. Me, I'm sorry I have no idea who you are. Ed, I'm Mr. Asshat. So since you're a writer, you can do EK's homework for her. And give me your number so I can set up a time for you to give her English lessons every day. This is about when I thought I was having a stroke. I'm a teacher now. Is this kid opening up a textbook? Me, I think you have the wrong person. I don't teach. ED, I know but you can start now. It's our duty to teach the youth. So I'll just pick EK up in an hour, okay? I actually have to run, I'll get your number from your mom. And he walked out, leaving me with this loud, belligerent girl who insisted on going through my purse. She then proceeded to shove her homework at me and demand that I do it while she played on her iPad. Spinning with pain and confusion, I pried my purse away from EK who immediately began to scream. I hobbled out of there, wincing, while EK stayed inside and demanded that the staff give her cookies. I made it to the lobby where ED was terrorizing others. He looks at me and apparently loses what was left of his fragile mind. Ed, what are you doing here? I told you to finish EK's homework. Did you leave her alone in the cafe? Me, yeah, that is not my job and yes I did, I need to get something on my foot. You can go get her. Ed proceeds to bar my way to the elevator and demands that I wait until he gets EK so we can all go up to my apartment and I can do her homework there. This is where I kind of lost it. I yelled for security and they came running, took one look at me leaning against the wall in pain and escorted me into the elevator. ED was yelling at me the whole time, saying he would be up there soon. So, here is where it gets worse. In the elevator, security informed me that he was a realtor and not a resident. He would not be allowed up to my apartment after what I told them. Upstairs, my parents were horrified and my mother apologized for telling anyone what I did. Apparently, he told her and some others that he was a resident. Ed cornered her in the lobby later and demanded my number. She gave him a piece of her mind, told him I was injured and told that his foot would be someplace unpleasant if he or his kid ever approached me again. He backed down but told her I should be more understanding because, ink in the water is old enough to get married and have her own children, who stays unmarried at 24. She had him escorted off the premises. He is now banned entry for harassing residents. EK stole what she thought were mints from my purse. They were herbal laxatives. Shitty treats for little freaks. Reply: there once was a girl, mannerless and whiny, who went through my purse in haste, found a treat she liked. The box was shiny, so she hid it away, eager for a taste. In my haze of pain, I did not register that I had been brazenly robbed. But when I discovered it later, I laughed as my foot faintly throbbed. The little tyke had stolen a treat reserved for the wicked. Her bowels did growl as she ate them all, then rushed into the bathroom stall. She's stupid. Reply: that is a beautiful poem. Reply: I hope she never made it to the stall. Reply: I hope all the stalls were occupied. Reply: I hope she cried as she shat herself. Reply: I hope she shat on her dad. Karen wants a teenager to teach her swear words in French in front of her 10-year-old. I'm Indian, but I speak a few languages like French, Spanish and Italian. As I said in my last post, I use French out of context sometimes. I don't swear in real life unless someone is being a pain in the ass. This happened in March. I went to meet my friend's brother when he came back from Canada in early March before flights got cancelled. We were not in a crowded place, but there were some people here and there. We were having ice cream and were just chatting. Because he lived in Canada, we started a conversation in French just for fun, cause why not? Enters Miss Karen with her little piss baby. He looked around 10. Piss baby was throwing tantrums about getting 2 ice creams, but Karen said no. So that little started yelling out swears. I was shocked, to be frank. Piss baby probably heard them from Karen or his father, I assumed, but did not care that much. As we continued our conversation, Karen heard us. Ah, here we go. K. Is that German? Moi. No, it's K. Spanish. Moi. No. K. Then what are you speaking? Friend's brother, French. K. Oh, I love France. Then she said, Je m'appelle bonjour. Friend's brother and I looked at each other with a face, another idiot, eh? We acknowledged her with nods but did not want to say anything because we knew it would be breaking our head against the wall, and continued our conversation. But she kept on trying to hear what we said, while we just ignored her. Few minutes later. K. Teach me how to swear. Piss baby. I want ice cream. Moi. I don't swear. K. You do. You are a teenager. Don't lie to me. Piss baby. Ice cream. Moi. Well, some teenagers don't. K. No, but you have to teach us. Her and piss baby. Piss baby. Ice cream. Friend's brother. Leave us alone. K. How dare you? I am your mother's age. Apologize to me. Piss baby. Swears. Friend's brother and I decided to ignore her, and that hurt her Karen ego. She threatened to call the cops. Yes, she wanted to turn us in because you won't swear. By now, Karen was scaring other customers. Then the manager of the ice cream parlor comes and asks her what's wrong. This woman literally had the nerve to say, "They are swearing at me and my little innocent child. Throw them out. They are bleep 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 bleep." Manager: That's it. You are causing public disturbance. You need to leave. Her and Piss Baby were both thrown out, and the last of Piss Baby you ask. Ice creamy. Reply: Je m'appelle bonjour. Translate: My name is good morning. Reply: I would have said bonjour, then gave her the finger. Reply: I died internally. I visibly cringed. My friends know better French than this. Karen throws a tantrum when she doesn't get a discount but won't get a loyalty card. I'm back again with another entitled parent story about my mother. You guys like reading about my lunatic mum, so here's another one for you. I was 12 when this happened, 2002. I lived in a small town with one grocery store which my choosing beggar mother hated shopping at because they were way overpriced, only $1 more here and there. I was the child she disliked, so for many years I naively tried to gain her approval by doing things I didn't really want to do. Helping her at the grocery store being one of them. So one Saturday morning when Mum went shopping, I went with her. This was early 2000s and loyalty cards weren't as common as they are today, at least in that town. Our grocery store had only recently introduced the loyalty card system, so naturally, not everyone understood it right away. After finishing our shopping, we were waiting in line as the customer in front of us was finishing. This was back in the Stone Age before self-serve, and begun placing our items on the conveyor belt. Server: to the customer in front of us, that will be $85. Customer hands over their loyalty card and server scans it with your loyalty discount that will be $78. The word, discount, was her trigger. Mum, to the server after her total was rung up, what about my discount? Server, do you have a loyalty card? Mum, why would I need one? Server, Mom, you can only get discounts on certain products if you have a loyalty card. And if you get enough points you can get money off if you build up enough points. Would you like a loyalty card today? They're free. Mum, you don't need my information. I'm not going to be part of whatever scam you're running. Just give me my discount. Server, I'm sorry but that's not how it works. Now, is that all for today, Mom? I could tell that he was trying to get her to leave so he didn't have to deal with her. Mum, can I speak to the manager then? Server, I'm the on-duty manager today. The store manager will be in tomorrow if you want to speak to him then. Mum, fine then, but I'll be speaking with him so don't expect to have a job after tomorrow. I wanted to sink into the wall out of embarrassment. Even at 12 I understood the loyalty card system but obviously not my mother. She reluctantly paid for her stuff and dragged me out of the store. As far as I know, she didn't speak to the store manager, but even if she did, she didn't have any power over anyone's employment. I always found it amusing that she acted more like a child than her own children.